Hey everybody, I'm Scott from Lawrence Hypnotherapy and welcome back, and I help people like you to gain a better body, a better mind, a better energy level, a better health. And I've got a challenge for you today. I want to ask you, are you actually satisfied with your health? Are you satisfied with your eating, with your behavior, with your level of movement in life? Are you satisfied with the amounts of energy that you're able to get each day? Because if you're not, you know that there's some stuff that you need to change, but even if you are, you know that you can do better. That it's pointless to say, hey, I'm at this level, don't bother improving, but this is your life and you want to make the most out of your life, out of every single day. So I've got 3 hot tips that are going to change your body permanently. And this is not to do with diets. Yes, it's to do with what you eat and how you move, but this is more to do with the mind. That if you get these 3 things right, you're definitely, just from this video, just by taking action on these 3 steps, your energy levels are going to change. The first one is you absolutely have to know what's in your food and how it relates to your body. So my challenge to you on this one is that if you can make one consistent act per day to find out one extra fact about food or one extra fact about your body, instantly, don't you think that your decisions are going to start to change? And again, not about diets, but about actual information about the food that you put into yourself and how it works. It could be about sugars, it could be about fats, it could be about protein, it could be just about digestion, complex carbohydrates or simple carbohydrates, or just basically anything that's to do with the stuff you put in you and the effect it has. One extra fact per day. Google it, or if you've got a smartphone, Google it, one extra fact per day. Watch what happens over the next month. The second one is basically your identity. This is all going to be to do with the story that you keep repeating in your head. And if you haven't heard my story, that I didn't start off as the happiest person because of my identity. My identity came in a big way from a social impediment, 2 actually. One is that I had eczema, where I had scratches and rashes and stuff all over my skin, and it came a lot from stress. And so the more I'd get teased for it, the more I would kind of scratch and make it worse. And I had to get this mindset that I could actually kind of accept it in order to relieve the stress, in order to let go of it. And so I had to learn that my identity could be somebody I'm allowed to stand out in a crowd. Where what I found is that even though I may have been bullied, I may have been teased in school, that it's once I started to gather a group of people that would accept me, under this condition. My identity had to be that I wouldn't stand out, otherwise I would draw attention to the rest of the crowd. So for me, my challenge to you is to ask yourself, what identity have you gained for yourself in life now, and are you happy with it? My identity had to change from the first one, which is that I'm someone who had no one around me, to my second identity, which is someone I had people around me, but on the condition that I wouldn't do anything, wouldn't stand out in my business, wouldn't stand out with my health, wouldn't talk at a wedding, wouldn't do anything to draw any attention, wouldn't go out there and find the person I love, wouldn't go out there and speak up for social justices, perhaps, if I have an opinion. Then I had to move on to my third identity, which is the one that I like to say that I have now, which is I'm someone who, whether I'm listening to someone who may be a troll, someone who criticizes me in a big way, or a raving fan, someone who praises me in a big way, I have to realize that that's more about them and their energies more than it is about me. The same is that if someone criticizes you in a big way, and for the same action, someone comes and praises you in a big way, that's going to be more about them and less about your identity. So this is the technique that I want you to use to change your identity about yourself. And this is how it goes. I want you to close your eyes, take a breath, and I want you to see yourself in the future just 2 years from now. And as you do, what I want you to do is find out from that picture, are you inside or outside? Who are you with? Do you own the house that you're in, or is it a big building? Or are you camping, or are you overseas? But get a picture of what is success for you in 2 years. If in 2 years you could have anything you want and there you were, and I don't mean win the lottery, I mean something that you can actually make a difference in. And so I don't mean some ridiculous goal as in like wait for someone to basically just drop a bundle of money on you or just wait for your body to instantly change. I mean a goal that you can actually achieve. Instead of just thinking about how to achieve it, with your identity, I want you to imagine that you have. And just spend some time just thinking about just your feet on the ground and just noticing yourself there, that you've achieved this. Looking back with pride saying, I actually feel quite good about that. If you can do that, what difference do you think that will make to the pathways in your brain and the way you behave and the way that you treat your body? The third one is that every single day, I want you to take one small change in action, one small committed decision and step towards your goal. So I don't really mind what the goal is, but it needs to be an important one. It can be to do with health, it can be to do with money, it can be to do with relationships, it can be to do with time or just fun. One step per day, something manageable. So I don't mean go out and lift 500 kilos so you do yourself an injury. But what I mean is find a big goal that in 2 years you want to achieve and take one step towards it. Learn one fact about the body, change your identity by thinking about the future as in, can you actually see yourself and believe that you can be that person? Put your flag in the ground and say, that's me or that's you. And can you take one step per day towards it? So my program that I'm inviting you into is called the Healthy Living Program. Basically, it's the 6 sessions of hypnotherapy and a 2-disc CD set to help to change your mind and to change your body by making deep inner transformational changes to the way you see yourself and the way you behave. It could be to do with habit eating, emotional eating. You know, there's reasons for that stuff. There's reasons that you do it. And those reasons can be traced back to sometimes some of the simplest things. Do those 3 techniques straight away. In the next month, watch how your life changes. It's $150 per session. There's a discount of $120 for paying for the whole program up front. Hit that add to cart button. You've got the 2 options. It's the payment plan $150 or it's the $780 for the whole program. I'll call you. You'll get instant access to my online training program as well, which is 6 weeks of further training. So you get to see me one-on-one. We do the 1-hour session. With the first half hour of the session is where we talk, we educate. We do that counseling stuff, not traditional counseling, but the kind of counseling, just like those 3 easy steps. How simple was that stuff? We're just going to do some very simple stuff. The second half hour of the session is going to be then the deep trance work. And this is where you get to install these new habits, these new beliefs, this new identity, this new behavior in the subconscious. So hit the button. You're never going to regret living longer. You're never going to look back and say, oh, I just wish that I didn't do all that self-improvement when I was younger or now. Hit the button and I'll give you a call, or someone else is going to give you a call. We'll book you in and we'll see you on the other side. Thank you. I'm Scott from Lawrence Hypnotherapy.